Donnie and I were going to describe open space to you, but what I think would probably be a little bit better is to have this guy standing behind me, who actually is the founder of DevOpsDays, Patrick Debois, open space for us. Because why not? He, he got on a plane all the way from Belgium just to come open our open space. So,
Thank you, Bridget. So open space. So 5 years ago, this was, I think, one of the best decisions I ever made to put this into the program. And I didn't realize the full potential of open spaces until I saw that people react to it. So this is the part of the conference you make yourself. Um, the organizers have done a great job at providing you facilities, and there were great talks in the morning, but this is where you make your DevOps days. So you're going to propose topics that are near and dear to your heart, and this is how you'll get, I hope you get, the most value of DevOps days. And why is that? The morning is broadcast. The afternoon is dialogue and discussion. And that's what we're all about. It's finding people on subjects that we want to talk about that are interesting to us, the problems we have we want to talk about, and that's open spaces. So the cool thing of open spaces is that it's actually called open space technology. And when I say technology, I was like, do we need to have technology? So it's actually pretty simple. You will see that there's a grid on the board where you can propose the sessions. There's a couple of, what was it? It's not a law, principles that go with open space technology. The first thing is, it starts when it starts. It's really strange, but you have this meeting, like, you have to be here. No, it doesn't work. Like, there's no real schedule, maybe a little bit on logistics, but it doesn't really matter. The counterpart is also, it ends when it ends. Really easy. So when you're in a session, you don't have to fill, what is it, half-hour slot or something, or 45 minutes. If the conversation's done, you can leave. So imagine you could do that in your enterprise, in a meeting. I don't know, it just seems to be expanding in a way. Whoever comes is the right people. This is kind of like, kumbaya. But, so, again, wouldn't it be great that you only are talking to people who are passionate about the subject in that session and not just people, I have to be here. No. So whoever comes is the right people. And it's not a popularity test. So when you propose a session and you put it on the board, and we're going to vote like just for logistics to see which go in the big room, smaller rooms, and so on. If nobody shows up, that's perfectly fine. And I usually say it like this: when is the last time you had quality time with yourself to think about a problem that you wanted to think about? So that 1 hour, or the session, you can do that. So don't be afraid. Even if you propose a session, you don't have to be there. Strange, right? I've seen it very often. People say, I want to talk about this. Then another subject comes up. And so, I need to go here. If they want to talk, that's fine. So that can happen. It's all okay. All is permitted. When we're going to go into the breakout rooms, I know in some rooms it's going to be hard, but the person who proposed a topic is not necessarily the person that knows everything about the subject. It could be the one asking a question. You ask a question, you get 20 consultants in your room. How cool is that? So, but it also means you don't have to lead the session. You might initiate it, kind of like, okay, you are going to talk about it, but it's not that you have to drive the session, or people are looking up to you like, this is your subject, like, let us help you. No. Again, it's a dialogue with multiple people. Sometimes when the discussions get heated, it helps to have, when you're when my kids are in kindergarten, they learn that they have a talking stick, you know, so you can't like talk somebody all the time. So kind of refrain yourself from presentations or ex cathedra. That's not what this is about. So ideally, you'll be sitting in a circle. So when you're getting into the rooms and it's possible to arrange the chairs in a circle, please do so. Leave a little bit of space behind the circle so people can leave very easily so they don't have to go into the middle because that's kind of awkward. It's kind of very easy to sneak out and so on. That brings us to the principle of the law of 2 feet. It has nothing to do with, wheelchairs and mobility and so on. It's just the fact that you're responsible for your 2 feet. If you feel you aren't contributing or it's not interesting anymore in that session, you are allowed to leave. So it's very simple. You can go into discussion and then say, well, I kind of heard it. Like, this might be going in circles, might also be a clue where the discussion needs to end or it's not useful anymore. But it could just be still in a heated debate that you are leaving and you want to go somewhere else. Again, it's permitted. So there's the principle of, getting with the flowers. There's the bumblebees and the, butterflies. So the bumblebees that will be going around from session to session and kind of cross-pollinate discussions. Like, hey, you know what? I heard this here, and I go there, and it's all good. It kind of, might steer again a new thread in discussion. And then there's the butterflies you will see hanging around in the lobby or something that, they're just hanging there. And you can talk to them. It's also permitted. So it's all open. I know that's a lot of explanation, and it's kind of like riding a bike if you've never done it. It's really hard to explain it. So once you experiment and experience it, I hope you'll kind of get the feeling. And like always, go with the herd and follow how it works. So.